Babble. I'm Whiz, and I'm here with my good friend Bash.
What up, what up, what up?
What's the title these days? Celebrity barber?
I hope not.
I hope not.
Number one hustler
Yeah, okay,
in my
there you
crew,
go.
I guess. Maybe. I don't know, my bad boys.
Number one hustler? Okay, what's the goal, man?
The goal is to stay alive while doing this shit in LA, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The goal is to stay alive, get a whole lot of money, pay my bills, and stay as solid as I can.
Yeah. Well, you're doing a good job, man. Especially the staying alive part. We're gonna get into that.
Alright, yeah, oh Lord of mercy.
It takes a lot of heart, I think, over everything to really survive in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I mean, surviving being black, period, you know, it's just a different experience than what people could even just think about. No, excuse me, being a black man is just a whole different ballgame, you know, because, I mean, yeah, other races have it the way they have it, but we get the short end of the stick every time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. We shall overcome, right?
Came all the way out to LA to do this shit. Just have to put that out there. We're in LA. Go ahead and shout out the shop real quick.
Shout out to RVM Cuts. We located 5365 Wilshire Boulevard. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 locations open now. Hair salon, loctician, bar. We got all your needs. So come tap in with us.
Yep. You're the only one touching my head in LA, period. But you gotta come here to see Bash. So, hell yeah. Well,
I had her on a billboard. She didn't want to tell y'all that.
Oh yeah, no, we gotta talk about it real quick. Yeah, definitely had my head on a billboard.
It was on top of this building. Did a photo shoot, did brochures. We had signs on buses. We had billboards up. We had a lot of advertisement going on, and she got picked out of, I want to say, 6, maybe 7 people to be on the billboard by herself, just the hair.
It was the blue hair, y'all. It was the blue hair.
It was lit.
And that fucking design that you did was tight. Yeah, it was back whenever I had an undercut. I'd always have the side in the back or the back cut, and I wanted to design and, you know, wonky braids per usual.
So you never know. You come get a haircut by me, you might end up on a billboard somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Who knows?
You definitely gonna get put on game. That's all I gotta say. You definitely gonna walk out fresh. Definitely, every single time. We're talking about persistence and perseverance, y'all. That's what we're here to really talk about and get into. I just feel like you're a beautiful example of that, and you always have been all these years that I've known you, right? I want to really talk about you getting into cutting hair. And what kind of led you to that decision, you know, why, and then what keeps you at it?
That's easy. What led me to cutting hair is 2 things. My mom was a hairstylist, and my dad was a hairstylist.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, well, hairstylist / musician /
He artist. He artist for real.
I just kind of was like, I thought to myself when I was like a teenage, like late teens, like what am I really good at? You know, I tried the music thing, you know what I'm saying? That worked out pretty okay. I tried being in the medical field. I even tried being in the military, you know what I'm saying? But what stuck, because I kind of knew and understood what it was hair in general. I didn't know what exactly, but it was just hair in general. So I started cutting hair at a young age, and that transformed into being here cutting at an old age, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I feel like you're really good with people.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you tell that one. I'll let you tell it.
Full disclaimer, I love people, but I don't like people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So like, I love people because of who we are, you know, what we can accomplish. But I don't like people because of what we can do to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a scary feeling not knowing what a person's intention are when they approach you, and when they kind of like just generally want to have a conversation. For example, I had a guy come in the other day. I'm not cutting hair regularly in my zone, and he's just like, yo, he walked straight up to me, doesn't say nothing to nobody else. He's like, yo, you bash the goon on Instagram? I'm like, yeah, but in my mind, I'm like, this thing ain't gonna do nothing, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of perked up, like, yeah, you know, you want more information, here's it go, you want to cut, you know, but in like, let's say if that was to happen elsewhere, my antennas would have been a high alert, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I was armed for sure, but it's just, that's the type of things. That's the type of things that I mean when I say it's just a little scary, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I like people, but people be on bullshit sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
But to answer your other question, what keeps me going is the same reason that I started, was my mom and my dad. Because they still do stuff themselves, you know what I mean? I'm kind of like, well, damn, he's 70-something, she, 60-something. Sorry, mama, sorry. Lord, they're gonna kill me for this, but
I'll edit that part out.
Nah, don't edit it out. We gonna keep it going. Nah, they just keep a certain fire in my hustle where it's just like, okay, why not? Why not? I'm able to do X, Y, and Z while still accomplishing A, B, and C. So why not?
Yeah, exactly. The beauty of having a career that you go to work and get paid.
Yes.
Immediately.
And not having to bag anything up and sell something like this to the homies.
Yeah. Put a lot of risk.
That's too much risk for me.
The older you get, you just want to stick to the legitimate shit.
You don't want to go to jail when you get older. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's just not a thing to want to go to. Like that's no.
I could never.
And then I already don't like people, so when you put me in a room full of people who are unlikable,
unlikable.
It's like, come on.
Yeah. No, I feel you. But I put in here, what it takes to get there and what it takes to keep you going, just as far as like your mission, your purpose. And I put like, it's almost the same things that got you there that keep you going, and that's exactly what you said.
It is.
Whether it's what motivates you, what inspires you, or also, like the hard work that goes behind that, the consistency, the discipline.
Discipline is a big factor. Discipline is a big factor.
Especially when you have such a free career, and I mean free, like you're free to do as you wish, for real, when you wish, what you wish. It's pretty chilling. So whenever you don't have any like confinements, I feel like it's really easy to get out there.
The way that I structure what I do is somewhat the opposite of what you just said. So like I feel like I got an obligation to who keeps me going, day to day, month to month, year after year. You know what I mean? So how I do it is kind of like, for example, I'm off work tomorrow. Guy hit me, he wanted a haircut. I told him, pay this extra and I can come. He's like, all right, cool. In my head, I'm like, I hope he was going to say nah, but he did. So I'm going to go, regardless of how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I felt like I don't want to go and I was really on that, then I just wouldn't go. But, like I said, I hold my clients to a very high standard. And I feel obligated to do so because I hold them accountable for my life in a certain aspect, So if they need me, then for sure I'll be there for them, So it's almost kind of like I will put some things aside just to go to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'll put aside my me time just to go to work real quick. If you're paying that extra, it gotta be worth it.
That's that hustler mentality, first and foremost. And then also, I feel like it takes a lot of discipline to hold these standards, not only for yourself, but your clientele. Okay, maybe you're out here hustling and you ain't got no clientele and you trying to just get it, take whoever. And that sucks because we just talked about how much people suck. But whenever you get to a point where like, okay, it's time to raise prices, it's time to establish policies, it's time to, where do I want to be at? Where do I want myself to be at? Okay, no, everybody I work with needs to be there too. Everybody I kick it with needs to be there low key too. Like everything around me needs to be of that stature.
Right.
It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of, like knowing your worth and believing in yourself. That's huge. I think believing in yourself is huge.
It takes a lot of patience as well.
Yeah.
You need a lot of patience to have the discipline to work with people, to deal with everything that comes with it. So it's like it's a whole sandwich.
Yeah. How many years do you think it took you to kind of move the way you do now when it comes to cutting hair?
I say it took about a good 4 years nonetheless. Because at first the money was too good for me to be like, nah, I'm gonna do this, and then if y'all don't do this, the money was great, before COVID.
Yeah.
When COVID hit, it was just kind of like you had to do certain things. You had to raise your prices. You had to work from home, and I got clients that have been with me 10 years through all of my price changes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
shout out to y'all, man.
for real, shout out to y'all, man.
I love y'all.
Customer Appreciation Day coming soon.
Yes. I want to talk real quick about how when you are booked and busy, it is time to raise prices. It's time. It's time. It says a lot about.
Depends.
It says a lot of. Well, yeah, of course. You know when it's time. You could feel it. You know when it's cool for the regulars that are trying to. There are people like when you raise your prices, even if they can't afford it, they're gonna do their damnedest to try to afford it. Like they're gonna try to stick with you as long as possible, no matter what you do, because they fuck with you, and whatever you're charging, they feel you're worth it. They know you're worth it. So I feel like you can like fill it out your whole clientele, and then okay, if I raise this, all those dummies who are playing with my time and being weird.
That's what I really did it for, because it was like a lot of people that they was playing with my time, they was playing on my hands, and I was just like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I'm going home kind of like, well, I gotta go to work tomorrow in order to do this and do that. It's like, nah, we gonna just do this right here. If nobody with it.
Yeah. And maybe it's not just price raises. That's not all. I think the power policy is huge. And thank you for putting me on to deposits. I remember when you were like, let me just give you some free game.
Gotta have the deposits, man. Because if they don't know that they gotta come, if they ain't paying the money to come, they're not gonna come. It's optional for them. But if they pay that money, they're gonna come.
They're coming, and we're gonna be there for sure.
Definitely.
For sure. So
I know I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
What Cat Williams say.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I definitely want to get into like what are some obstacles that you've had since you started doing hair that kind of like, okay, the money is good, you're pushing it, you're going to adjust policies, you're going to raise prices, you're at like a really good place, you're going. Anytime that you were moving and grooving and something just like, life just slapped you in the face. It was like, okay, you're going to have to fight real hard to get through that. How bad do you want this? How bad do you want this?
Well, I'm gonna say it nonchalantly for the people in the back, but I got shot in the head.
Just like nothing. I mean, it was like nothing was crazy.
I got shot in 2015. It was something, but to me in my mind, when I opened my eyes, it was nothing after that.
Yeah.
Like when I was like able to wiggle my toes and get back up and do whatever I needed to do, it was nothing. So I had to get back on the grind regardless, because not only was I concerned about where I was going to be at, like it was other people that was concerned too that was watching me. So it was either one or two things: become the person that I don't want to become, or become a person that I'm meant to become.
Yeah.
In so many words. So. Yeah, I got up off my ass after a couple weeks of being intoxicated on medication or drugs and things of the such, and yeah, I got shot March 7th on my mom's birthday. That was the craziest night. It was my mom's birthday.
That's crazy.
So I got shot that night, March 7th. I didn't forget your birthday, Mom. I'm sorry. March 7th. And I was
No,
back.
your brain's just suppressing your trauma. No, that's all it is.
I was back in the barbershop literally April
I know.
the 6th or something like that, like a month later.
And that's why I'm saying it was really nothing, because like I watched you go through all that, and your attitude was, I'm straight. I got this.
And what am I gonna say? Like,
yeah,
I'm bad. I can't do nothing with what I can. Yeah. Like, I'll be lying to myself. So.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's easy in really shitty situations like that to just look at all the negatives and what's against you, and if you don't cling to whatever is positive and whatever you can run with, you're fucked. You know. And I feel like it's the first. You said when I opened my eyes. It was still on. It was nothing.
Yeah. The game was still on.
That's the thing.
Game on.
Some people would have opened their eyes and would have not had like appreciated that, you know, or like took that for what it was and looked and saw they were in a hospital and just ran with the.
Well, because like I said before, a lot of people would do this exact thing. They'll something traumatic that happened to them, and they'll fall into that.
Yeah,
like a rabbit hole, and it's just like you living in that now purposely because you want people to feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
I didn't care if anybody felt sorry for me. I was kind of like, I need to pay. I say this all the time. I only got back to work because I needed to pay my cell phone bill.
That's funny.
I kid you.
You owe it to yourself to pay your cell phone bill.
Pay your cell phone bill, kids.
You need that thing to make money.
You need it to make. That's all I kept thinking about. If my cell phone go out, I don't get no more money. I got a bullet in my head thinking about this, so I'm kind of like, yeah.
That's what makes you the #1 hustler. Don't apologize for that. He said it, he meant it. He is. That's it. Yeah, don't apologize for that. That's crazy. Not everybody can say that. Not everybody even gets, and I'm gonna say opportunities like that in life. I know it's crazy, but I feel like, well, let me ask you, do you feel like that was like somewhat of an opportunity in life to maneuver a certain way? Like, did it do something for you going through that and just having to make that choice?
It was very confusing times because I didn't know why it happened. I don't know what was the purpose or anything like that. And after the fact, I was just kind of like, what the fuck should I do? You know what I'm saying? But it was one of those quick thoughts. You like, okay, what should I do? Well, you can do this or you can do this. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna just go ahead.
What was the other option?
I kept thinking about being in a wheelchair and just being a straight.
Do they tell you that? Like, you could work.
They told me that I wasn't
going to do physical therapy and walk or not?
No, they told me I was going to lose feeling in my hands and my feet.
Oh.
That was their solid answer. And I'm kind of like, you really? And then
he said, nah.
I was in disbelief. I'm like, me? Hands, feet, gone? Nah, that's not happening. So I was just really kind of like working on myself in the hospital bed. After she told me that, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna be like that. I can't be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was just the thought of being something that I never could understand.
Yeah.
You know? And then being something that I knew was just all the way possible.
Yeah. I love that. That's that persistence. I'm gonna read the definition of persistence real quick, y'all, because it's crazy. Because I love this. It says persistence is the quality that allows someone to continue doing something or trying to do something. You know, the quality is everything. I feel like it's the quality and that mindset. You open your eyes and like you already knew what that meant. You know. That quality is everything. You can go ahead and be persistent, and let's just talk about doing hair. You can be persistent and want to try to do everyone's hair in the world or whatever, but like if the quality isn't there, you can go ahead and be persistent and raise your prices and put the policy there, but the quality isn't there.
I have quality.
Whenever you think persistence, y'all, I want y'all to think quality. I think that's major.
Over quantity.
There you have it.
You did.
It's still crazy. It's also crazy to kind of like see your journey, cutting hair, like cutting hair before you had your license, getting your license, cutting hair afterwards. That all happening in the midst of everything, and just like growing and getting to a point where I could tell like you're happy with it and you're solid versus like I remember when you were like working real fucking hard, like you wanted to be at a certain place, right? Like I remember that. I remember looking your eye and shit. So to see you like come all of that way that's the story that I want everyone to know. I want y'all to get out of this. I want y'all to get that mindset is everything. And make sure you're showing up with the quality. Don't just keep on, I don't know, doing shit over and over again, being persistent with some bullshit.
Just show up.
Yeah.
Show out, man. What you doing it for anyway, for real.
Exactly. What are you doing it for? What do you feel like your purpose and your mission is? Like, feel like it has a lot to do with doing hair?
Nah, God-given purpose has nothing to do with doing hair.
Okay, what does it have to do with?
I'm gonna keep it, but it just has everything to do with learning as much as I possibly can and teaching somebody what I learned if they don't already know. The biggest, one of my guys said this a long time ago. The highest human act is to inspire, right?
Yeah.
So if I could inspire a kid, not even to cut hair, but to just do anything on a level of, I'm gonna complete this the best way I could. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make something of myself.
Yeah.
And fuck everything going on that was happening behind me. Then I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like everything else is just what I'm here doing. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm here for is to learn and to teach. What I learned to the kids or to whoever don't even understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So if anybody take anything from what I do or what I say, just take the fact that you gotta keep going to get where you're going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What is it? My grandpa said, keep going to keep growing. That's what he says. Keep going to keep growing.
Yeah. No, you have to. I feel like that's really what life is about, period, is like learning and growing and doing all that. So that's hella deep and insightful that you even like understand that your purpose isn't in what you're doing it, but like how you're moving people and how people are feeling while you're doing what you're doing, what they're picking up on. Thank you for that. Appreciate you, man. Oh yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about being consistent because I feel like it goes with persistence and whatnot. You got any thoughts or feelings on consistency? Like, what does that mean to you? How do you try to be consistent? What helps you be consistent?
Okay, so I actually thought about this before you even put the question in my head.
Yeah.
So when I come to work or when I interact with certain people, you know what I'm saying, I try to make sure that they don't get how I really what I want to say. They don't get how I really feel. Like, let's say that day, like if I'm feeling groggy from waking up or anything like that, I'm always in a positive attitude, more or less.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Got that bit of a mask on. Got that bit of a mask on.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
So it's like, because like I said, I like people, but people are kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I keep things that I care about to myself. That helps me be more consistent throughout the day because I'm not focused on what's going on with me. I'm focused on like not even how this person is viewing me, but what can I possibly accomplish today? You know what I'm saying? And being or just having a smile on my face. You know what I mean? Like, and to to answer your question, like that helps me tremendously kind of just stay on my own path. Because I think about stuff all the time that happens to me. We all do, you know. But it's how you exert that specific energy when you interact with people or interact with life and you just outside. Period. You know, it tells a lot about you. You know, so it's not. I don't keep things in. I just let people see what I want them to see. You know, and that keeps my head level. Like, okay, we finna do it like this. I go home and whatever. That's how home is. You know what I mean? But when I'm out and about in the world, I make it my duty to be, you know, businessman, hustler, and still myself.
Yeah.
Like I try not to be like, oh, hey, how you doing, buddy? What's going on? Like I don't try to do that at all.
So, you don't try to be fake?
Nah.
Well, damn. Ain't nobody thinking that. Yeah, I feel you though, like keeping that consistent mood. I feel like moods and attitude have a lot to do with how a workplace is. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely a person where it took me way longer to figure that out. Like the whole mood, you just gotta control that, and it really does. It controls everything around you.
Controlling your moods, your emotions, and what you tell people as well. Because people are very crazy. Very crazy.
Let's go look over our eye once in a while. Yeah, people are pretty nuts. Yeah, you definitely gotta be careful. Definitely gotta be careful. I don't even know what to say about that. That's all. Let's see. We talked about motivation, discipline, vision.
Vision. You got to have vision.
Do you think you have to have vision?
You gotta have a sense of knowing where you're going. Vision comes with like a team in my eye. Like you can have a vision as an entrepreneur for sure, but like accomplishing that whole vision comes with a team. You can't do everything by yourself. You can try, you think so, but it's just not going to work. You know what I'm saying? For example, you got a painter, right? Like painters can't paint by themselves. Now let me explain.
I need to hear this.
Let me explain.
I literally
a painter 9 times out of 10 is not making their own paintbrush or their own canvas, right? So they got to go to the department store to get their stuff and then paint on it. You know, granted, you're there by yourself painting, but Lowe's and what's the other artsy stores?
Your suppliers.
Your suppliers are, you know, so that helps you put your vision out there, the whole thing, the whole team, the whole kit and caboodle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could say all day, like, yeah, this is where I want to be at in like 10 to 20 years. But if I don't have just somebody giving me some type of insight from the inside that I already know, I'm not even going to touch over there because I don't know how to even touch it. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know, you know what I mean? I know I want to get there though.
Yeah.
But I just, you know, like how they say it take a village. It take a village.
Okay.
It take a whole team.
You're talking about you can have a vision, but even if you have a solid vision, if you don't have your stakeholders in mind, which are everybody around you that affects your business, even if it's just you, like your suppliers, your community, government, like everything. So
what's a barber without a chair?
Yeah.
I mean, you gonna stand up, cutting hair, or like
sit on the side of the road?
You know
I've done that before.
Like, this is your buddy. This is your boy.
Yeah. No, the shareholders are everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you fucking know what you're talking about. You keep on bringing up good ass points. Okay, you said if you had a vision and you want to get to a certain place, right? But you don't know anybody in there. How are you going to get to know somebody? Are you going to try to get to know somebody in there? Like, how are you going to infiltrate all that? And how do you do that? I'm curious. How you go about that?
You got to be a people person.
You just got to talk to people.
You got to talk to people.
Yeah.
You got to talk to people who are, like, already there for sure. And sometimes you just get the conversation just by happenstance, but you got to be ready for it.
Yeah.
You got to be ready for certain things at certain times when you don't even think that you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Like, prime example. I was sitting with one of my clients. He was telling me about like a voiceover type of website, right?
Okay.
And I'm like, voiceover? So,
okay.
oh, you mean like when the Tubi movies is whack and they put the voice over the tube? They put the okay, I know what you're talking about. So let's take it back to your question. If I wouldn't have known what he told me, and let's say I got a big spot on like Grand Theft Auto or something, being a voiceover for a character, you know, and if I would have never had that conversation with that guy, if I would have woke up and said, you know what, I'm gonna just cancel today. If I would have woke up and be like, you know what, I don't feel like working, or I'm mad at yesterday, so I don't feel like coming into work. We wouldn't have had that conversation and lead me to this, and now we on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
So you just gotta have certain morals about yourself just to even want to have those type of conversations, because people don't like to be told what they don't know. They like to know everything. You know what I mean? So so like when you're a person that want to learn stuff, then everything is kind of like you like a kid. It's kind of like really. Like so how do I do this and that with the that and the that?
You're also like always, and that's a real entrepreneurial mindset too. You're always open and ready for like the next little thing that's gonna like get you somewhere, or
like
idea or whatever.
Like a little toddler with colors around everywhere. It's like, ooh, what is that? All right, let me go. All right, well we're gonna try this. You know?
Yeah, I love that. I love that mindset.
You can't be embarrassed to fail. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you're just not going to end up doing it. Because you're so embarrassed, you just kind of like, nah, they going to be like this, and you ain't going to do it. And for example, before you start doing hair, what was you telling me?
What?
Before you really start, like, putting your work out there and stuff like that, you was telling me, I don't know, and I might not, they might not. I'm like, fuck what they might not think.
Put it out there.
Put it out there, somebody gonna love it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, seriously.
And now, the wonderful world of Whiz.
You're talking about don't be embarrassed to fail, like put yourself out there. Also, like, maybe not think that every idea you have is like genius. Like maybe not put so much pressure on that shit. Like just come up with a good idea, throw it out there. If it's trash, throw it in the trash. If it's genius, if it's great, go on about your business. But you know, I feel like put a little too much pressure on that and like thinking too highly of it, you like setting yourself up to.
You put yourself in a straight shot.
Yeah.
Like, it's millions of people in this world. For real.
Yeah.
So you do one thing, somebody gonna like it.
Yeah.
Somebody. You know, if not 1, 10, not 10, 20, if not 20, just maybe 1. That's all you probably need to keep going.
Yeah.
Do something different.
Okay.
When you're in the business of making money, you gotta go for what people want to do.
Cool ideas in the trash. On to the next one. We're going to think of something else.
For real. You can't keep everything just like this in the headlock, you know, and think it's just like the greatest thing smoking. It's a million shit out there.
Yeah. Stay a little open to it all. Stay open to it all. Keep your eyes and your ears open. Be ready. Be ready.
Ready.
How do you feel about when you got a vision, you got to end somewhere, and you're working towards that success, whatever it is that you want to achieve, and it's just taking a long time. Like, what do you do then?
Keep going.
Just keep going. There's nothing else to it.
So always remember this, man. Success is just a state of mind. You know, rich people go through the same problems that people that are not rich go through.
You know something's moving in the right direction. You know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like it's just like a feeling you have inside your little Jiminy Cricket or whatever. And if you have that feeling about something and it's just taking a little longer than you hoped or you thought, you have to keep going.
Something's better than nothing, you know what I'm saying? And you started something that is something now. So if you quit, then it's just you're gonna be a person that started something and didn't finish it. That's all it is.
Don't be that person, y'all.
Yeah, don't be that person. You don't want to be that person.
I feel like it's important to be okay with things not working out, or maybe an idea that you thought was genius, it isn't. Like that's okay, and keep going.
Another important thing too, like when people are doing stuff, it just like you said earlier, keep doing it, because like for one, it's better than not doing nothing at all. Like if you got motion, keep the motion, and if you don't feel that motion, still keep the motion because you don't want to have not no motion. You know what I'm saying? And just stay on a solid path, man. You know, try not to be in jail. You know, trying to catch cases.
Okay, so yeah, let's get into when you should probably stop on the path. Maybe you should go to another
Some
path.
need to stop while y'all ahead now.
So I feel like when bad shit is happening to you and you attracting bad situations and bad negative people, negative situations, things that are bringing you down, holding you back. Whenever you get yourself on a path or a situation like that, yeah, red flag, jump shit. The fuck are you doing?
People don't care until you. People don't really care until you fail. You know, like they don't care about the process. They don't care about the fancy thing that you get from your work during the process. They really don't care about that.
Yeah.
They only really care about the failure because that's when they can really say something and have a lot to say about it. And that's why I don't really care about what people may think of what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna still get the same reaction. They're gonna be like, "Oh, that's what's up. That's hard. That's dope." You know what I'm saying? And it's never gonna be like a. Not saying that you're looking for it, but it's never gonna be, yo, my boy, I got the whooping around, you know, let me holler at him real quick for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's never gonna be like that. So when you said it's hard for you to wrap your head around like caring or not caring about what people think about your ideas and stuff like that.
No, caring about what they think. Yeah.
Have that flash through your head 10 times. You know, people not caring about it. They don't care. They only care when you fail. So don't fail. You know what I'm saying? Don't fail. Don't make them something to talk about. Like don't let them make you something to talk about.
Yeah.
You know?
No, absolutely.
Because that's when they just everybody come out of the blue now. Oh man, I knew you was gonna do it, but it's all good now. Come on over here. Come on, let's get this weed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. It's real wicked. You said something earlier. You said when things are just piling on to you, getting hit in the head on by the side by everything, is just coming left and right.
Yeah, life is smacking you in the face.
Life is smacking you in the face. That's when life is about to get way better for you. You just like God put you through things. Your God put you through things to see if you could understand the next level of yourself. So if you are in a position where you're trying, next thing you know, everybody trying to hate on you, trying to do that and the third, you know what I'm saying? God preparing you for something that you don't even know is possible.
Yeah.
So when you get into that state of self and enter that state of mind, you're gonna be like, you're not even gonna think about what you've been through because it's not gonna dawn on you. But when you really think about it, you sit down and be like, huh.
When you got time to process after the fact.
Yeah. You're gonna be like, huh. By that time you may have lost a couple people. You know, you may have lost a couple friends and stuff like that. Shit happens, you know, but you're going to come to that epiphany state where you're going to be like, so that's why I was by myself a lot. Or that's why this guy was talking to me about nothingness or what I thought was nothingness, but he was really talking business, how to school me on certain things. Now I can just talk this shit A, B, and C.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, keep your ears open, your eyes wide, and sometimes your mouth fucking shut. And
sometimes not on this though. We babbling.
Not on this. But just in certain aspects of life, you know what I mean. Just stay down and be patient, be aware, and try not to get deterred by people that's here to deter you. You know what I'm saying? Some people days are just here for you specifically to fuck you up.
Yeah.
So
and pick up those gems in your path too. Those people who are there to push you to do what you're supposed to do. For sure. Because I've had a lot of those. Like, it's crazy. And you just know it. Like, these gyms I'm talking about, like, they're people that really believe in you. You could feel it. You could feel them, that they see shit and you didn't even see in yourself in the moment. You know what I mean? And then those assholes that, you know, are trying to deter you, you can feel that too. They're a fucking asshole. You're just like, fuck off. You feel that way. You want to tell them that.
And always show people the opposite of who they thought you were. Prove to yourself that whatever you heard isn't even a fact.
Prove to yourself.
And then that'll prove to them.
That shit talks.
Eventually,
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Like, but you want self first.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody else.
Yeah.
Self first. You know what I'm saying? When you wake up in the morning, we go see that back.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, people will say stuff like that to try to get you off your game and get other people to stay distant away from you. Like, oh no, they're a bad person. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's like, we outside. You know what I'm saying? We humble people. We good people.
And on top of that, don't be listening to people's character when you don't know that person for yourself. That it's just people will really try to. Let's say someone's talking shit about this one person that is a gem about to be dropped in your path, and just talking shit about them like, oh, they're this, and that. Straight lies. Ain't even the person at all. And you not fucking with them all because you heard this shit from somebody else. You don't even know the person they were about to put you on. Like, shit like that.
They supposed to be there. Stay where you at and do what you do. Hate on me and watch what I do.
Yeah.
Simple.
Keep on watching. Because we're moving and we're grooving. That's what we do, movers and groovers. Real quick, just backstory on how the fuck we know each other.
Okay.
It's been a fucking minute. Do you remember when we first
I remember
met?
when I first met this girl, right?
Okay.
Check this out. I remember. She probably ain't gonna say it right, but I remember.
Yeah, see?
So look, this is what happened. We was going out one night. Me and my boys from LMKR, shout out my nigga AV. And she pulled up with two of her friends. Maybe four. No, it was her and three friends. So it was four of them, I believe. I came up to the car because we all outside and we territorial, you know, so we kind of like, what the fuck is this pulling up? So I come to the car and I'm like, oh, that's a chick, so I'm straighten up a little bit, you know, get the dirt off the shoulders. And I approach the car and I'm like, what's going on with y'all? And she's just, oh no, I'm not here for nothing but what I'm here for. And I'm like, okay. So I went straight to the back seat, like, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? And
I said, nah.
Bullshit you not. That's just how it went. She wasn't interested. Her homegirl might have been, you know. So, we went out that night to the club, had fun, and yeah, we just been cool ever since, really. Because I don't think she knew really who I was like that.
Nah.
But when she seen that we was all functioning on the same accord, it was like, okay, well, he's cool, you know. And I was kind of like, well, you already shutting me off by now, baby. So, what's your friend's name? Hey.
And that's how you gotta move, y'all.
Oh my God.
That's how you gotta move.
That's how you gotta move. Yeah.
We're talking about people being crazy, so I'll definitely be I'm gonna observe the first time at least.
Respect.
And then all times after that. It has to remain consistent and solid.
I'm just glad that I'm not a guy that gets offended by that.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like I was like straight like, oh okay, well my bad. Well, what's your hunger? How you doing, sweetheart?
When I said that's how you have to move, y'all, I'm talking about the way you move.
Oh,
Tell you, that's how girls do shit. That's how you
about me.
Well, both of us. I think we handled it.
Well, all right, pretty Tony. Yes.
But yeah, that's how you have to move, man. And it's been a long time, and I'm just hella proud of you. I always have.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate
sure.
that. I'm trying.
You're doing it. You tried it. Now you're doing it.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you again. I appreciate your time and just all the game always. And thank y'all for watching and listening to us babble and
thank you for tuning in.
We're out.